Hello all, welcome to today's class of EC 202 Signals and Systems subject under KTU. In the last class, we had just started with our fifth module that covered a brief introduction to DTFS, a review of analysis as well as synthesis equation, and the main steps that are being used for determining the DTFS representation of a given discrete time sequence X of n. And we also had solved one problem that is based on the DTFS representation of the sequence. So in this class, we'll be mainly dealing with a brief introduction to the DTFT representation, that is discrete time Fourier transform, the main properties of DTFS and DTFT that is being listed as a table, as well as one more problem based on DTFS. So we actually plan to cover the topics of DTFS and DTFT and the properties of DTFS and DTFT parallelly. That's why I'm dealing with the topic of introduction to DTFT in this class. So let's move on to the topic, that is DTFT, discrete time Fourier transform. We know that DTFS is used to represent a discrete time periodic signal, whereas DTFT is used to represent a discrete time non-periodic signals. We know that transforms are used to represent the non-periodic signals as a superposition of complex sinusoids. In DTFS, we had seen the analysis as well as the synthesis equation. Same way, the DTFT of a non-periodic sequence X of n. X of n is the non-periodic time domain sequence that is given by the analysis equation x of e raised to j omega is equal to sigma n is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity x of n e raised to minus j omega n. This is your analysis equation that is used to find out the DTFT of a non-periodic sequence x of n. And the synthesis equation is being given by x of n is equal to 1 by 2 pi integral over 2 pi x of e raised to j omega. This should be actually capital X of e raised to j omega into e raised to j omega n d omega. So these are the analysis as well as the synthesis equations of DTFT. And here we have represented the DTFT by the notation x of e raised to j omega. That might be also be written as x of omega because this is a function of omega, hence x of e raised to j omega may be also notated as x of omega. So those are the analysis and synthesis equation of DTFT. Moving on to the details about convergence, we have already studied the Dirichlet's condition for CTFS and CTFT. Same with the convergence of x of omega, that is for DTFS, DTFT is being given by, that is the sufficient condition for convergence of x of omega is that the x of n, which is the time domain sequence, it should be absolutely summable. That is sigma n equal to minus infinity to plus infinity mod x of n should be less than infinity, as well as it should have a finite energy. We know that energy is being found by using the equation mod x of n whole square. That should be also finite. That is, it should be less than infinity. Now moving on to some DTFT of some basic signals, that is, find the DTFT of the following signals. The first problem is x of n is equal to delta of n. Delta of n is nothing but the impulse function which has got value of 1 when the value of n is equal to 0. So we'll use the analysis equation over here. We know the analysis equation is given by x of omega or x of e raised to j omega. It can be notated either way. X of omega is equal to sigma n is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity x of n e raised to minus j omega n. We know that the value of x of n is for delta of n, it is 1 when n is equal to 0. So substituting 1 into e raised to 0, here also substituting 0, we'll get e raised to 0 is equal to 1. So 1 into 1, the DTFT of delta of n is nothing but 1. Same way, you are asked with the second question, that is, find the DTFT of x of n is equal to a raised to n un. Here also we'll apply the analysis equation which is given by x of omega is equal to sigma n is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity x of n e raised to minus j omega n. The given value of x of n is a raised to n and here it is u of n. So the limit is changed to 0 to infinity e raised to minus j omega n. Here you can take the raised to n outside and we'll have the common as a into e raised to minus j omega whole raised to n. And by using the finite summation formula, we know that Sigma n is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity a raised to n. It can be written as 1 by 1 minus a provided mod a is less than 1. So here the value of a is, if you're comparing this with the finite summation formula, we get the value of a is nothing but a into e raised to minus j omega. So on substituting this, we'll get x of omega is equal to 1 by 1 minus a into e raised to minus j omega for mod a less than 1. So these are just two simple problems that is done based on DTFT. It's not exploiting any of the properties. This can be also done on the basis of properties. So in the next section, we'll just see a tabular summary of the properties of both DTFS as well as DTFT. So here it's being given as two columns. The first column is of DTFS and the second column is of DTFT. In the first column, we have started with the analysis equation of DTFS as x of k is equal to 1 by n, sigma n is equal to n naught, x of n e raised to minus jk omega naught n, and the synthesis equation is x of n is equal to sigma k is equal to n naught, x of k e raised to jk omega naught n. This was explained in the previous class. Same way for DTFT, we have just explained the analysis as well as synthesis equation as x of omega and x of n. And here we are discussing some of the very basic properties, that is linearity. We know that linearity means it will include both superposition as well as homogeneity. So it is ax of n plus by of n. DTFS will give you ax of k plus by of k. Same way for DTFT, we are actually writing the counterparts together so that it will be useful for you to study it. It will be very easy for you to study together, like two properties together. I mean, for DTFS and DTFT, if you are dealing with the same properties, then it will be easy if you are comparing and studying it. Then it is just instead of k over here, it's just omega. Here you can see here also it's omega. Next is time shifting property, which is given by x of n minus n naught. Its DTFS is given by e raised to minus jk omega naught n naught. This n naught will come over here, x of k. And same way for DTFT, it is x of n minus n naught. Its DTFT is given by, here no k term is there. Here there was k term and here there was omega naught, which is the fundamental frequency that was computed yesterday, omega naught. Same way here it is e raised to minus j omega n naught into x of omega. Here you can see the difference. Here it's x of k, here it's x of omega. In the next section, we have got the frequency shifting property. Here in the frequency parameter, the shifting is happening. That is, k is the frequency parameter. So if you are multiplying a frequency shifted version by x of n, then it will lead to x of k minus k naught. That is a corresponding shift in the frequency domain. That is why it's called frequency shift. And here also, e raised to j beta and x of n, it will include a shift in the frequency, x of omega minus beta. In the next case, we have the convolution property for DTFS, as we know that convolution in time domain means its multiplication in frequency domain. But for DTFS here, x of n convolution y of n, there is extra n term, which is the period x of k into y of k. And x of n convolution y of n, if you are taking its DTFT, it will give you x of omega multiplied by y of omega. Moving on to the next property, that is modulation of multiplication. Here also it is like this, that is x of n into y of n. DTFS will give you x of k into y of k. And here it is x of n into y of n will give you 1 by 2 pi x of omega convolution y of omega. Same way Parseval's theorem is also here. 1 by n sigma n is equal to mod n, I mean within bracket n x of n square is equal to sigma k is equal to n x of k square, and here also it's x of omega square. In the same way we will have all these properties, so I think you better go through it instead of me just reading it out, so you can just go through it. And moving on to the last session, that is we'll just have a quick finding of DTFS representation of another one more sequence, that is x of n is equal to cos square pi by 8n. Here x of n is cos square pi by 8n, that is of the form cos square theta, and cos square theta can be represented as 1 plus cos 2 theta by 2, that is x of n is equal to half 1 plus cos 2 theta by 2. That is, half is taken outside and 1 plus cos 2 theta. Theta here is pi by 8, so it becomes 2 pi by 8n. And if you are taking half inside, it becomes half plus half cos 2 pi by 8n. So this 2 and this 8 will get cancelled. It will become cos pi by 4n. The next step, what we are going to find out is the value of omega, we know that the value of omega over here is pi by 4. We can compare it with this equation. We get the value of omega. We had already discussed the main 3 steps of finding out the DTFS. So pi by 4 is omega. In the second step, we have to find out the value of fundamental period n naught, which is given by m into 2 pi by omega, and m into 2 pi by omega's value is pi by 4. So it becomes 8m. And on giving m is equal to 1, we get the fundamental period as n naught is equal to 8. Hope it's clear till here. We got the fundamental period. In the last step, we will find out the fundamental frequency, which is omega naught is equal to 2 pi by n naught, which is equal to 2 pi by 8 is equal to pi by 4. So here we get that here n naught is equal to 8. So it becomes omega is equal to omega naught. Now moving on to the problem, we know that cos theta is given by e raised to j theta plus e raised to minus j theta by 2. So we can represent this cos 2 pi by 8 as e raised to j 2 pi by 8n plus e raised to minus j 2 pi by 8n by 2. So we can substitute this equation to in equation number 1. Equation number 1 is nothing but this equation. Instead of this, we are representing it by the Euler's equation. So we'll get half plus half e raised to j 2 pi by 8n plus e raised to minus j 2 pi by 8n by 2. The next step, we'll take this 2 outside. So it becomes 1 by 4 into e raised to j 2 pi by 8n plus e raised to minus j 2 pi by 8n. And it becomes half plus 1 by 4 into e raised to j 2 pi by 8n plus 1 by 4 into e raised to minus j 2 pi by 8n. We'll take this 1 by 4 inside. So this is of the form half plus 1 by 4 into e raised to j omega naught n, because omega naught is nothing but pi by 4. We got it already like that. Here we had got the value of omega naught as pi by 4. So 2 pi by 8, it is nothing but pi by 4. So it becomes half plus 1 by 4 e raised to j omega naught n plus 1 by 4 e raised to minus j omega naught n form. So if you're comparing it with the standard equation, that is the standard synthesis equation of DTFS, we get that for k is equal to 0. Here there is no term because k is equal to 0 here. So because e raised to 0, if k is equal to 0, it becomes half into e raised to 0. Half into e raised to 0 is half into 1. So this term contributes when k is equal to 0, and this is when k is equal to 1, because here omega naught's value is pi by 4, that is 2 pi by 8. So here k term is missing. When k is equal to 1 only, this occurs in this form. So for k is equal to 1, this is the format, and this happens when k is equal to minus 1. Here also k's value, if it is minus 1, then it will be of this form. So we got the values of x of k when k is equal to 0, when k is equal to plus or minus 1. So we can write the DTFS coefficients as half when k is equal to 0, 1 by 4 when k is equal to plus or minus 1, and 0 otherwise. That is, we had already got that the value of fundamental period n naught is equal to 8. So this can be taken in any way. Usually it will be taken in the symmetric form. That is, we usually take, suppose it is 8, then we usually include a symmetric about 0. We take the period like that. So for k is equal to 0 and k is equal to plus or minus 1, we got it like this. That is, for 3 values of k we got, thus we need 5 other values. For all other 5 values of k, the value of DTFS coefficient will be 0. So that's all about today's class. Hope you all find it useful, and you can always go through these notes. That's all. Thank you.